Everyone, Paul here. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a little update on a strategy. Now, today I'm going to be talking about the Andean Oscillator strategy. Um, I've talked about this in the past, but after some tweaking with the Andean Oscillator, I changed some things in the settings, and I basically changed the default settings to some different numbers, and it works a lot better in my opinion. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like with the default, and show you the signals with the default settings, and then the new settings that I have and how it actually helps. So with this strategy here, what you're going to need is two things. You're going to need the rainbow strategy, and you're going to need the Andean oscillator for this to work. So you can do whatever time frame you want with this strategy, but I prefer longer time frames. I prefer doing it on the hour. That's the one I recommend doing. If you do it on the hour though, you're if you do it on the hour, you're going to be it's not every day. It's not every day. But if you do it on the 15-minute, like the 15-minute is like the bare minimum that I'm going to do, that I'm going to trade with this strategy. The 15-minute will give you intraday points, but you do have to pay attention to the lines, the charts a lot more on 15 minutes. If you find it on the hour, you don't have to do this every day, but you do have to pay attention to when the lines are crossing. So I'm going to show you how to set it up, what it looks like with the default, and what it looks like with the change settings. I'm going to also go through a couple scenarios here to see how effective the strategy is with the Andean oscillator with the change numbers. When I originally introduced the Andean oscillator, let's punch out the original here. Let me show you the way I had it before. This was the default settings before. It was 50 and 9. And what I did in previous videos was I just changed my color to green, red, and I made the signal line white. And I basically said the signal line's like the finish line. So one on the bottom here is the original. The one here at the top is the one with the change settings. So we're going to look at both 50 and 9. So the new settings here for the Andean oscillator I have set here for 20 and 9. So those are the new settings, 20 and 9. So if you want, you can change the link to 20, the signal link to 9. And what we're going to look at here, and we'll look at both scenarios, but first let's look at Bitcoin on the hour. Let's look at Bitcoin on the hour. Let's just go back here and look at a couple spots. Now, you also would need the rainbow strategy. I include that here, but we want to look at two scenarios here. And with the Andean oscillator, you want to focus, the part of this strategy is to focus when either the red or the green crosses up on the signal line. So what you need to look for is when the lines cross up. You do not focus when it's crossing down. You don't focus on the cross. You focus on which the green or the red is crossing up. So depending on what time frame you're in, if you're doing it on the hour, you'll usually find some pretty good results. So let's first look at what this will give you on the default. So on the default, it crossed up right here. You see that right here? Crossed up right there. Now it picks up some of these, and some of these are good, but I think the new settings are actually a little bit more better. But so on the default, it crossed right about here. Same thing with the change settings, but we'll look at this. Now the default says to get out right about here. The default says get out right here, and right about there. Let's just mark it right about here. If we entered here and we exited here, this is what the default is telling us. With the new change settings, it tells us to enter here and to exit here. So it's about the same. So we did this on Bitcoin. This was a 16-hour ride. 0.01 lot size would have returned us about $4,000. So let's just see other times that this happened, and we'll see which one is the best here. Okay, so we see another happening right here. We see the Andean oscillators, they're both signaling about the same time, and you both exit about the same time. So this would result with right here to here, it's about another $4,000 move. Trying to find one where the default doesn't really pick it up that well, but to see that the one with the change settings will pick up more of the small little pumps there, but the old default settings will not pick up small little pumps. So like one we got right here, get this one. They both say to enter at the same time and to exit about the same time. This is about 1,933 if you did it at 0.01 lot size. So let's see. So we got right here again, it points out to come in right about the same time for a sell order. See the red lines crossing the signal line, so this is the sell order, and it tells you to get out. The change settings tells you to get out right here. The default setting tells you to get out right about here. So I'm going to do this a couple more times. And I want to see, we're going to see which one picks up the best. Now, here's another situation where I was talking about. The default doesn't pick up on it right here because it doesn't cross the signal line. But right here, we see it crossing on the one with the modified settings. So if we came in here, wrote it out till here, which is right about here. This is about a $2,000 move, and it didn't pick up that right here. So, my opinion, the one with the change settings wins here. So, what we're going to do is look at a couple more scenarios of when you would enter, when you would exit, and maybe we'll look at a couple more assets. So right here, you see it crossing up. So you would, what you would basically be doing if you're doing it on the hour is you would wait for the green line to cross up on the signal line or the red line to cross up on the signal line. And you would enter right about here and ride it out till about here. This is when it crosses again. This is a $3,000, almost a $4,000 move at a 0.01 lot size. Now, we don't pay attention to when it's going down. We don't pay attention to when they're crossing. We only pay attention to when either the red or green is crossing the signal line. So I'm going to do this one right here. I want to look at some other assets. So right here we see the red line crossing the signal line. If we rode this one out till it touches it, which is right about here. This is a $3,696 move with a 0.01 lot size. So let's real quickly look at some other assets. Let's look at SPY, see if this works for SPY. This one's for option trading, and it works about the same. The only thing you want to keep in track with doing stocks is you got to pay attention to what's going on with the news and CPI data and things like that. Again, we have the rainbow strategy at the top, and we want to wait for it to cross, which is right here. You see a moment right here. If you rode this out till it touched again, which is right here. So it's about a $7 move. That's $774 for that move right there. You got this move right here. Crosses right here. And it exits right up here at the top. So this is about a $10 move. This is about $1,000. You see it crossing here. You enter here, you'd exit when it touches the signal line, which is about, this is about $800. So let's real quickly look at gold and see how well this would look for gold. So I'm trying to go over the top volumed assets here real quickly in this video, but let's look at a couple scenarios. Same rules apply. We see the green line crossing the signal line right here. We've rode this out till it touches the signal line again. And this is a $5,000 move, so you would have made about $57. Crosses again right here. If you rode this out till it touches the signal line, this is about 6,000 pips, so that's about, it's about $60 right there. Let's see if it catches this big down dump right here. Crosses the signal line right about here. If you rode this out till it touches the signal line, it's right about here. So that's about a $56 move. So anyway, this strategy works really well. You saw me do it with the default settings and with the change settings of 20 and 9. And to me, changing the settings to 29 actually pinpoints a lot of better moments, in my opinion. And you can use this strategy for whatever asset, whatever time frame you want. But to me, personally, I use it on the hour because you don't have to do it every day. And you just have to look for it to cross up on the signal line, either the red or green line. And it usually brings out some pretty good results. But you can do this on smaller time frames. If you do it on smaller time frames for intraday, I probably will make a video update on how good it is on smaller time frames. It'll probably be coming up in the next couple of days. But I preferably do it on the hour. And you can also go into further time frames like a day and a week, and you can really get in for some pretty good moments, because the longer you go out in the time frames, the better results get. But I didn't show you that, but probably in a later video. I want to show you how to do it with a smaller time frame and a longer time frame, longer than an hour. Anyway, this strategy works really well. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. See you guys in future videos.